Okay, you guys, I'm inside now after my dumpster dive, and you may think this is totally illogical doing a video on disease after dumpster diving, but hey, that's how I used to get a lot of stuff done. I'd be doing 100 things. I can think about 100 things at once. I wash my hands good. I just kind of gently picked that box out of the dumpster, and I already gave the food to a person. So, okay, what happened is I was reading the comments, and the comments were really, really good. My followers leave a lot of good comments, and I appreciate all the comments. Okay, so I was watching TJ Prepper, and you guys should subscribe to her channel. And you know, at night I watched Mike Morales, and he has the world weather maps, and she had a map of world disease. So, okay, how might this disease be spread? Well, the people would either walk or fly into the country that have the diseases. So, if you're living in a border town, like, you know, I live, you know, in San Diego, we might be susceptible to measles. Also, they say that E-word disease, I learned this from TJ Prepper, might be masked in the beginning as measles and might not be measles at all. Not that, the E-word. So, y'all know what the E-word disease is. Okay, one thing that's worrisome is a lot of insects are showing up in the flood areas, most likely because they've been driven out of their natural habitat by the floods. And they can be very dangerous. They can carry disease, they can cause a lot of bites, they can be dangerous. The ones they say that one would be concerned about are flies and spiders. Especially spiders, because there are a lot of really nasty spiders that can cause trouble. And you know, if they're coming in hordes, that's a problem. Flies are the worst, and roaches are the worst. Okay, flies usually come from garbage, rotting flesh, also, you know, cattle and animals will attract flies, like cow manure. So one of your best defenses against insects is to keep all the things they love as far away from your dwelling as you possibly can, which is hard if you have a lot of cattle or something like that. But flies are very nasty. Don't ever forget, you know, they transfer disease. Fleas and ticks, those are very troublesome. Remember the bubonic plague? Some of the people, though, survived the bubonic plague. And you know, to the day my grandmother died, you know, she stayed to their ways. Most of the food was kept outside in the little room I told you about. It wasn't kept in the house, which kept rats out of the house, or even insects, really. And also, she always fed wild cats the scraps, and so they would keep the rats down as well. So, you know, these kind of things can help too. One of the best things, though, for insects is pesticide, poison powder, but you got to be careful about that. So, insects are a concern for malaria. Bad too. Okay, so now to disease. Okay, the disease is going to attack us. Either it's going to be airborne, but you have to be in, most of the time for airborne, close proximity. So, you know, you don't want to be in crowds, senselessly in crowds, close, 3 feet, 17 inches, right in people's faces. Foodborne, waterborne. Okay, the best way to protect yourself from food is nobody touches your food but you. Also, you know, another thing is you don't have to have your stomach pumped if you feel you've been poisoned. Just drink enough water until you're already ready to throw up, and then, you know, stick your finger down your throat and throw it up if there's something poison. I mean, usually you can tell I remember one time I bought a hot dog at, oh, this is like one of my worst stories. I bought a hot dog at a gas station, and I was supposed to be giving a speech, and the teacher had given us instructions. We were supposed to look nice. And so I go to the thrift store and I buy a pair of women's slacks and a blazer, and I try to pull myself together for this speech. On the way, I eat a hot dog, and as soon as I ate it, it happens to me every once in a while, I said, oh my God. So I was a disgrace. I went into the college. In college, I drank a lot of water out of the faucet, and I threw it up, and then, I went in and, I had to give my speech, and really wasn't up to it, but, I had to give the speech. And so, it looked like I had made an effort to look nice, but the teacher goes, you look nice, but you don't look nice. I was just trying to get through that stupid speech class for the longest time. Anyway, so I survived it. The guy was obnoxious. Okay, foodborne, so, remember that, do not metabolize anything poison. Okay, contaminated water. Okay, this is a good one. You guys heard there was Agent Orange found in the water in California. Of course, all I can say is try to drink bottled water. I found a place where I can get it for 20 cents. Okay, disease can be transferable by your hands, so you want to wash your hands constantly. I mean, I have the world's worst hands. You can imagine, all day long, all my life, I was washing my hands in the beauty salon. Disease can be bloodborne, like through needles, or, sorry to say it, but anal sex. Okay, so, there's various ways you can protect yourself from disease. You can stay out of areas, or I want to mention something, if you're living in an area that is just plain dangerous, sometimes you just have to cut your losses and evacuate. If the E disease shows up, you might want to leave the area if you want to survive. They say it's airborne. I'm not 100% sure. Everything is probably transferable. Remember when they said ulcers were caused by worry, and it was found out it was intestinal tract bacteria? Okay, so enough of that. So now you're trying to protect yourself from disease. So what people might bring disease into your community? People who do missionary work. Sorry, but if you go into these infected areas and you pick it up, and you're a do-gooder and you pick it up and you bring it home, it can happen. Hospital workers, if that stuff starts showing up, hospitals, workers are going to pick it up. Another bad place is airports. Those might be harbors for disease. And the other people that are going to pick up stuff, unfortunately, is suppressed immunity. People with suppressed immunity. They're going to pick it up, and then they're going to spread it all over the place as well. So, okay, that is my chat on disease. And so, okay, you guys, God bless you all.